Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live video streaming event of Table Rock Sports Productions. My name is Jonathan Kerman, alongside me, the one and only Joey Brett, and we're coming to you live inside Hayter Newman Memorial Gymnasium at Grants Pass High School in beautiful Grants Pass, Oregon. Thank you for joining us this evening. And welcome to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Tonight, featuring two Southwest Conference rivals, the Grants Pass Cavemen are hosting the South Eugene Axe. We're pleased to bring you this game on TableRockSports.net in partnership with the Grants Pass School District and our participating community business partners. Joey, when we arrived here this evening, a gorgeous cotton candy pink sunset erupting in the sky above. How are you doing this Friday evening?
Doing great. Almost, it's basketball season, but had that nice football sky out there as they're pulling in, going past the football field, thinking it'd be a great evening for a game. But we're indoors here. We got basketball going on, South Eugene Grants Pass. It's going to be a fun one tonight.
Yes, it is. Be sure to download the new version of our free app. You can watch all Table Rock Sports Network events on your phone, tablet, or PC. And anywhere else you connect absolutely free. We also invite fans to check out the all-new features on our website, TableRockSports.net, where you can find easy access to live streaming events, Southern Oregon Sports Spotlight, and our new feature, the Alumni Watch. Let's step in now to the Bills Glass Coaches Corner. Bills Glass is proud to be a sponsor of Table Rock Sports and high school athletics. Locally owned and family run, Bills Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass. First, we'll step into the visiting coaches' corner. The South Eugene Axe, coached by Dave Hancock. The South Eugene Axe had a 13-game winning streak snapped on Tuesday when they visited the Churchill Lancers. And Coach Hancock said, well, we didn't play very well, and we played a very good team, and so put those two things together, usually going to end up with a loss. But aside from that, nothing but great things for this South Eugene Axe team. Again, a 13-game winning streak. They hadn't lost since December 14th until their Tuesday loss at Churchill. They'll look to get back into the win column tonight on the road against the Cavemen. The roster for the South Eugene Axe: first, the reserves, sophomore Robert Herbert, senior Dylan Edwards, sophomore Oscar James, junior Josh Wright, sophomore Blake Sabato, freshman Solomon Nice, sophomore Zane Fall, junior Jonah Sanders, and senior Trey Nelson. Those are your reserves. And now for the starters for the South Eugene Axe: senior Sam Harris, senior Aiden Clark, senior Bryce Betcher, junior Jarrett Bryant, and senior Josh Paul. So a lot of upperclassmen, a lot of seniors on this team, and that is what Coach Dave Hancock attributed a lot of their success to this season, was that senior leadership. Stepping over now into the Bills Glass Coaches Corner for the Grants Pass Cavemen, coached by Tyler York. The Cavemen are 9-7 coming into this contest. Had a convincing win up at Roseburg against the Indians, 68-55. They lost pretty badly to a Sheldon team here at Hayter Newman Memorial Gymnasium, but a couple Fridays ago, Joey, had that nail-biter against South Medford. Grants Pass was able to eke out that victory, 56-55. We had that game for you here on TableRockSports.net. Go now over the reserves. First for the Grants Pass Cavemen: senior Keenan Alderson, senior Tyson Dixon, senior Justin Ferris, junior Scott Huddleston, sophomore Trent Anderson, junior Cameron Jipp, senior Cody Amaral, junior Brandon Ziegler, and junior Kai Perez. Now the starters for Coach Tyler York's squad: senior Anthony Maravilla, senior Chase Coyle, senior Cade Anderson, senior Cade Ely, and junior Morgan Long. So a lot of upperclassmen on both sides tonight, Joey. What are you looking for? What is going to be the key to tonight's game?
Looking for Grants Pass to be able to beat any kind of press that might be put on them. They've struggled a little bit from what I've seen this season with breaking the press. They got to get the ball movement going. They got to get that ball moving pretty fast. They put it down on the floor, and they pick up their dribble a lot. They got to get the ball moving around, find the guy down at the post, cut into the basket, and get it out of the hands early. That's what they're going to have to do this evening. South Eugene, a really good team. Haven't got to see them at all yet this season, so not really sure what to expect, but looking for a good game and looking for Grants Pass the battle here as we're progressing into the conference play. They're going to need to pick up a W tonight and string a couple together if they're going to look to make a run to the playoffs.
Absolutely right, Joey. Well, again, you are watching this game live on TableRockSports.net, absolutely free because of our presenting sponsor, Lithia Auto Superstore on Highway 62, and their general manager, Jason Lawrence. Browse online at lithiasuperstore.com and then come in and work with the outstanding staff. And say thank you to our title sponsor, Lithia Auto Superstores. This game is also brought to you by Siskiyou Cellular. Stop into any one of the 7 Siskiyou Cellular locations in Southern Oregon for a wide range of your wireless needs. For over 25 years, Siskiyou Cellular has been keeping customers connected to the people and things that matter most. Check out the latest individual, family, and business plans with all the latest smartphones, hotspots, tablets, and accessories. Siskiyou Cellular, presenting sponsor of Table Rock Sports. The Grants Pass High School Marching Band is playing their fight song, and that can only mean one thing. We are set for the pregame ceremonies here at Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium. I'm going to step away from the microphone as we have the singing of our nation's anthem. You're watching Grants Pass High School varsity basketball live on TableRockSports.net. There you have it. The pre-game ceremonies live from Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium. I'll give you the starting five for both squads one more time. First for the visiting South Eugene Axe, Sam Harris, Aiden Clark, Bryce Betcher, Jarrett Bryant, and Josh Paul. For the home team, the Grants Pass Cavemen, Anthony Matavia, Chase Coyle, Cade Anderson, Cade Ely, and Morgan Law. The Grants Pass Cavemen taking on the South Eugene Axe in a Southwest Conference battle. And it's all coming to you live here on TableRockSports.net. Thank you all so much for joining us and making us a part of your Friday evening. Ball is tipped, and it's taken by South Eugene. Nobody wanted it. We are underway. South Eugene Axe in their road purples. The Grants Pass Cavemen in their home white and blues. The Axe swing the ball around to Josh Paul. He drives baseline, goes up strong. A lot of contact. No foul called. And a strong finish by Paul at the rim for the first 2 points of the game. At the elbow, Chase Coyle kicks it out. Coyle gets it back, stops in the lane, flips up a shot, hard off the heel, rebound controlled by the Axe. The other way, quick shot, no good. Offensive rebound, put back up and in by Aiden Clark. 2 quick buckets at the rim for South Eugene. Down low, beautiful find by Morgan Law. They kick it out to Cade Ely. Cross-court pass over to Anthony Matavia. He drives baseline. They kick it out. Ely for three. In and out. Loose ball tipped out of bounds. It'll be South Eugene ball. That's tough luck for Grants Pass. Looks like a couple of teammates for the Cavemen tipped the ball away from each other and out of bounds. South Eugene with the basketball. Jarrett Bryant swings it around in the corner to Bryce Betcher. Up top to Bryant. Around to Betcher. He'll put up a corner three. Doesn't draw iron. And that'll be Grants Pass basketball. Grants Pass will bring the ball across the timeline. Morgan Law sends it over to Cade Anderson. He's doubled at the top, dribbles away from it. They kick it out to Ely. Beautiful find down low to Chase Coyle, who blows the layup. Rebound controlled by South Eugene. They kick it up ahead to Bryant. Looking up top for Josh Paul. Beautiful deflection by Anthony Matavia to break up that pass. Ball into the basket for the Axe. 6:13 remaining in the first quarter. Sam Harris inbounds the ball. Aiden Clark doubled in the key, and he kicks it out. Around to Harris. He puts up a long three. It rattles around and in. Sam Harris with the long ball. A 7-0 lead for South Eugene here in the first quarter. Anderson back to Morgan Law. Good ball movement by Grants Pass. They kick it up top back to Law. You see South Eugene employing a zone here. They get it inside to Ely. He kicks it out. Cade Anderson for three. Hard off the heel. And the rebound controlled by South Eugene. They're in transition. Paul over to Bryant. That pass deflected away. Anthony Matavia got his hand on that basketball. Morgan Law across the timeline. Law drives, stops at the free throw line. They get it in the corner, and it's deflected out of bounds. It'll remain South Eugene ball. Morgan Law will inbound it for the blue and white. Ely has it up top. Over to Matavia. Matavia to Ely. To Cade Anderson. Back to Matavia in the corner. Guarded by Bryant. Matavia hands it off. Morgan Law, top of the key three. No good. And a strong rebound ripped down by Aiden Clark of South Eugene. Sam Harris across the timeline for the Axe. Kicks it around to Josh Paul, and in the corner to Bryce Betcher. Back to Paul. Paul on the wing. Over to Jarrett Bryant. In the corner. Three on the way. It's good. 3-ball corner pocket for Sam Harris. His second triple of the first quarter. It's 10-0 South Eugene. 4.5 minutes to go. Beautiful backdoor cut by Kate Anderson, a nice find. But going up was Chase Coyle. He got denied by a couple of purple jerseys, and a jump ball is called. It'll remain Grants Pass possession. Gonna have to give Jarrett Bryant credit for that stuff. Possession remains with GP. Baseline out of bounds. First substitution, Justin Ferris into the game, and the official is having him take off his headband. Not sure what that's all about. They get it into Morgan Law in the corner. Up top to Ferris. In the game. And can't connect on the three. Loose ball tipped out of bounds by Grants Pass. It'll be South Eugene basketball. Sam Harris across the timeline for the purple and black. Harris looking to make a move, now brings it back out. They reverse it to Jarrett Bryant. In the corner, Bryce Betcher. Looking down low for Aiden Clark, trying to take advantage of that height. He's got about 4 or 5 inches on Chase Coyle, the defender. They kick it out to Harris. Pulls up for a long triple. It's good! Sam Harris, 3 for 3 from downtown in the first quarter. 13-0, South Eugene. Ball deflected and stolen away by the Axe. Josh Paul with the steal. Paul gets it back. Pulls up for a long two. Butter. And Grants Pass needs a timeout. 15-0 South Eugene. 3:23 remaining in the first quarter. You're watching Grants Pass Cavemen basketball live on TableRockSports.net. Presented by Lithia Auto Superstores and Siskiyou Cellular.
Remember the other game we did recently? South Medford.
Against this Grants Pass team?
Against this Grants Pass team. It's only just about 5 minutes into this game, and we need a little action over here from the coaching staff. I think they need some energy. South Medford had it happen, and they went on a 17-point rally. And so maybe these kids just need a little
kick in the seat.
Yeah.
Jumpstart this GP offense. You're referring to South Medford assistant head coach Jamie Hamrickson.
Yes.
He fired up his team, we were noticing during a timeout in the second half. And then that's when South Medford went on that run. Another deflection by Jarrett Bryant. Up ahead, beautiful find to Bryce Betcher. 17-0. South Eugene pouring it on here. And then a foul called behind the three-point line. That's Trent Anderson into the game for the first time. The sophomore draws the foul. Trent Anderson with it. He's double-teamed. Passes it out to Justin Ferris. Ferris in some trouble. Gets it back to Trent Anderson. Anderson drives, looking for Chase Coyle, but Coyle never really cut to the basket. Ball out of bounds. It'll be South Eugene's possession. Harris across the timeline. Beautiful find to Jarrett Bryant. Goes up strong and puts it in. 19-0. Trent Anderson, the crossover, the floater, can't finish. Rebound, Jarrett Bryant. Up ahead to Sam Harris. Harris will bring it out. In the corner, Bryce Betcher surveys the floor, reverses it to Josh Paul. The flyby, the step back three. It's good! South Eugene can't miss here in the first quarter. First three of the game for Josh Paul.
Have they missed a bucket?
They have missed, yes, but
not
many. There you go. Justin Ferris drives, goes up, can't finish. I can say for certainty that Grants Pass has not made a basket. Sam Harris in transition, looking to push the pace. The floater off the glass. Certainly there's a miss there. Rebound, Grants Pass. Here's Cade Anderson across the timeline. Up top, Anthony Matavia. Now they had a player open in the corner. Instead, Ferris wide open for a three, and there it is. The first bucket of the game for Grants Pass. The senior Justin Ferris off the bench.
At this point, South Eugene was just saying, go ahead and shoot that, and we're not too worried about it if you make or miss it.
Up top, Jarrett Bryant in the corner to Sam Harris. That's a dangerous pass. Tracked down by Paul. Harris drives, stops, pops, can't finish. Aiden Clark there on the play. It looks like he draws the foul on Grants Pass, stops the clock at 1:15. Foul called on Chase Coyle. Aiden Clark will head to the bench. A line change for Grants Pass. Keenan Alderson checks into the game along with Cody Amaral for the Cavemen. South Eugene basketball. They get it into Bryce Betcher. Betcher on the baseline. Reverses it. Sam Harris pulls in for the 2 and hits it. Boy, Sam Harris on fire right now. Harris is now 4 for 5 from the field, including those 3 threes. Final minute of play here in the first quarter. You see the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Not pretty if you're a Caveman fan. Morgan Law working against Bryce Betcher. Up top, Ferris, back to Law, over to Keenan Alderson. Alderson to Cody Amaral. Amaral hands it off to Ferris. Up top, Ferris, hard off the heel. Ball tipped, out of bounds, last touched by Grants Pass. We'll see if the Axe hold for the final shot of the first quarter. Harris slowly across the timeline. In the corner to Josh Paul. Finds a cutting Bryce Betcher. Lays it off the glass. Can't finish. Crashing the offensive glass. Troy Nelson denied by Tyson Dixon. And then a 3 in the key violation called against the South Eugene Axe. So a terrific defensive stop by Grants Pass. And now they have a chance, the final shot of the quarter, perhaps to get some momentum heading into the rest of this game. Morgan Law, the fake, the drive, the kick. Amaral on the corner. Doesn't draw iron. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. After one period of play, all South Eugene. They're up 24-3 over the Cavemen. You see the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. You're watching Grants Pass Cavemen basketball live on TableRockSports.net. Presented by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou and Lithia Auto Superstore. Doctors James Savage and Rajiv Rajagopal are happy to welcome Dr. Brian Clevenger to the Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. With offices in Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls, they practice a full scope of services from corrective jaw surgery to wisdom teeth removal and more. To learn more or to schedule your complimentary dental implant consultation, call 541-779-3781. And after you visit the Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery and you have your brand new choppers, I can think of no better way to use them than by heading to My Circle K to get your crunch on with crispy, crunchy chicken. It's available at My Circle K. That's a game winner right there. Find them, follow them, and kick back with them at mycirclek.com. Both teams back out onto the floor as we begin the second quarter of play here at Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium. The score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. South Eugene 24, Grants Pass 3. Sam Harris across the timeline for the purple and black. Up top, Josh Paul, and a miscommunication with his teammate Dylan Edwards into the game for the first time. Backcourt violation. And so South Eugene starts the second quarter off with a turnover. If you are the Axe, Joey, the last thing you can do is let Grants Pass feel like they can get back into this game.
Yeah, you don't want to give up any early buckets and allow them to get some stops here at the start of this quarter. Grants Pass can put up some numbers really fast, and that's usually what they do. Is they pull together 3 or 4 buckets in a row, and they get some stops and kind of get themselves back into a lot of these ball games. So,
Josh Paul with the steal, and then Paul's pass deflected by Cody Amaral. So back-to-back thefts in the corner. Keenan Alderson, butter from downtown. Defense to offense for Grants Pass there.
They're going to need about 3 or 4 more of those here.
About 6 or 7. Strong drive to the hoop by Jarrett Bryant. Lead back up to 20. Here is Keenan Alderson. Over to Morgan Law. Cody Amaral in the corner. Around a screen, Amaral drives, kicks. Alderson again, this time off the mark. And a strong rebound, but a foul is called. It's going to go against Grant's Pass. Tyson Dixon just a little too aggressive, going for that loose ball. Push in the back, says the sideline official. So South Eugene ball, they're up by 20 with 6 minutes, 32 seconds to go in the first half. You see on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Sam Harris has played every minute so far for South Eugene. Really sets the tempo for this squad. He stops, he pops, his baseline jumper off the mark. Rebound controlled by Grant's Pass. Morgan Law up ahead. Keenan Alderson back to Law. Cross-court pass, Cody Amaral in the corner. Amaral drives baseline, stops, kicks it out. Driving now, Justin Ferris lowers his shoulder. Ball tipped away by Aiden Clark. Here comes South Eugene. And Harris being hounded. Terrific effort by Keenan Alderson, but Harris able to recover. Dylan Edwards with it for South Eugene. Edwards drives, kicks it out, back to Harris. Up top to Betcher. Around to Dylan Edwards in the corner, Sam Harris. Down low, Bryce Betcher kicks it out. Edwards with it. Approaching 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. That pass deflected away by Justin Ferris of Grant's Pass. In the corner, Keenan Alderson thought about the three. They swing it around and back to Cody Amaral. Beautiful pass down low, but it's blocked from behind. Trey Nelson with the rejection. That'll stop the clock at 5:19. Baseline out of bounds for Grant's Pass. We have a timeout on the floor. We will take one as well. You're watching Grant's Pass Cavemen Basketball live on TableRockSports.net. Presented by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou and Lithia Auto Superstores. It's time for you former high school athletes to get back in the game. Please consider becoming an OSAA official. There is a serious shortage of officials statewide here in Oregon in all sports at all levels. Remember the people who called your games in high school? Well, now it's your turn. To find out how you can get back in the game, visit www.newofficials.org. Southern Oregon is a hotbed for local sports at the youth, high school, college, and even Olympic levels. Stay in touch with all sports in Southern Oregon at southernoregonsports.com. 5:19 remaining on the John L. Scott scoreboard. A healthy lead for the South Eugene Axe, excuse me. The Cavemen inbound the basketball. Cade Ely, his pass deflected and stolen by Aiden Clark, his second swipe of the half. Sam Harris across the timeline for the Axe. Oscar James into the game for the first time. Back to Harris, lazy pass, but it gets there. Harris stops, has it deflected by Alderson. Up top, Aiden Clark in the corner to Bryce Betcher. Betcher working against Law. He drives, goes up strong. May have been deflected, but it goes in anyways. Everything working in favor of the South Eugene Axe in this first half. In the corner, Cade Ely. Ely looking to go to work. Gets into the key and whistle blows. Foul on the floor is called against the Axe. Foul called against Bryce Betcher. 4 minutes, 35 seconds on the John L. Scott scoreboard. 28-6 lead for the South Eugene Axe on the road here at Grants Pass High School. Quick inbounds pass for GP. Anthony Maravilla has his pass deflected and gets it back. Maravilla hands it off to Alderson. Alderson up top, over to Anderson. Cade Anderson to Maravilla, in the corner to Alderson. Alderson around a screen. Up top, Ely in the corner. Maravilla drives baseline, kicks it. Cade Anderson, three ball on the way, no good. Offensive rebound controlled by Chase Coyle, and he is fouled as he goes back up. They're going to say foul on the floor. So possession remains with Grant's pass, but no free throws for Chase Coyle, who worked hard for that offensive board. Keenan Alderson will dribble it out for the Cavemen, loses the handle momentarily, now gets it back. Cade Ely with an lane, the reverse up and under is good. What a move by Cade Ely. Bryce Betcher gets his feet set behind the line and buries a triple. 31-8. The score on the John L. Scott scoreboard, a sloppy pass right to Josh Paul, his third steal of the game. But then excellent hustle on the other end by Keenan Alderson to strip Sam Harris, who was going up for the easy two. Ball will remain with the South Eugene Axe as Alderson gets a much-deserved rest on the bench for the Grants Pass Cavemen. Harris, the trigger man, gets it into Josh Paul. Paul surveys to Harris near the free throw line. Harris pulls up for a long two. Boy, is he feeling it. Sam Harris, now 5 for 7 from the field in the first half. Beautiful backdoor cut and a beautiful pass by Cade Ely, but it was stripped and stolen and then thrown out of bounds by South Eugene. Bryce Betcher got the steal, but then miscommunication in the backcourt for the Axe gives possession right back to GP. Cade Ely to inbound the basketball. They get it in. Trent Anderson looking down low. Beautiful find to Ely. Sam Harris across the timeline. Under 3 minutes to go in this first half. Get it over to Oscar James. Back to Sam Harris as South Eugene looks to slow things down. Harris back up top to Oscar James. Around in the corner. Josh Paul with it. Paul surveys. They reverse it up to Aiden Clark. Clark, the hop step, the fadeaway jumper, well short. Paul saves it to Harris. Clark picks it up. And back up top to Harris. The pass down low, deflected and stolen by Anthony Moravia. Here come the Cavemen. Ely's pass. Deflected but controlled. Up top. 3 ball on the way. Anderson a little strong. Aiden Clark the rebound. Sam Harris across the timeline. Kicks it out to Josh Paul. Paul thought about the 3. Clark over to Oscar James. And a 3 in the key violation called against South Eugene. That's their second 3 in the key call of this second quarter, Joey. Cade Ely drives and kicks. Anthony Moravia buckets. Anthony Moravia, the starting senior, gets on the board with that triple from the corner. 33-13, South Eugene. Aiden Clark up top, over to Sam Harris. Harris able to find Clark. Clark looks down low, the alley-oop, a little short, and the rebound controlled by GP. Here's Cade Ely. Ely drives and has it stripped momentarily. He gets it back and is able to save it for the Cavemen. Moravia drives the floater in and out. Offensive rebound, Cade Ely, and he'll get fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Sports fans, we know you like to access our games on your mobile devices, but how many of you knew we had an app for that? The TRS app is available through the Apple and Android stores. Be sure to check out TableRockSports.net each week for our features and news feeds updated daily. Follow us at Table Rock Sports on Twitter and Instagram as well. First free throw for Ely falls home. South in a deep hole here in the final minute plus of this first half. Timeout called by the Cavemen. We'll keep things right here. 1:12 remaining in this first half. You see the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. South Eugene 33, Grants Pass 15. on TableRockSports.net. Presented by Lithia Auto Superstores and Siskiyou Cellular. Make sure to stick around for the halftime show coming your way in just over a minute. We'll break down all of the action from the first half, look at some key stats, check out some scores from around the league, and more during the halftime show. This game is also brought to you by Bill's Glass, a proud sponsor of Table Rock Sports and high school athletics. Bill's Glass has been the industry leader and clear choice in Southern Oregon for almost 50 years. Locally owned and family run. Bill's Glass, covering the full spectrum of glass from your vehicle to any room in your house. Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass. When you hear that crash,
think Bill's Glass.
Think Bill's Glass. A minute 12 remaining in the second quarter. South Eugene 33, Grants Pass 15 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. It'll be South Eugene basketball. And we are underway. Final minute plus here in the first half. Josh Paul with it up top for South Eugene. Gets it back to Oscar James. James over to Sam Harris. Harris surveys the floor. Gets it back to James. Up top to Harris. Harris to James. To Paul. To Harris. He's not shy about shooting the three. Finally misses from beyond the arc. And the rebound controlled by Tyson Dixon. Approaching the final 30 seconds of play. Cade Ely dribbling, and it's called for a foul. Silah out of bounds for the Cavemen. Quick substitution for GP. Morgan Law will check in for this final possession. They inbound it to Trent Anderson, and away we go. Anderson across the timeline, over to Law. Nearly lost it, but gets it back. Law, over to Justin Ferris, back to Law. Tyson Dixon with it, beyond the arc. Down low, Cade Ely goes up, can't finish, but does get the foul called, and he'll head to the line to shoot a couple more. Keeping up with high school action has never been easier than with the Lithia Superstore new Game Center on our homepage. You can watch multiple streams live and then go full screen on the hottest action. It's never been easier to get your games thanks to Paradox Media for the website assistance. Cade Ely has that one roll around and in for the blue and white. Second free throw away. Well, that one also bounces in. Another substitution for GP. Anthony Maravilla checks into the game for the final defensive possession. 6 seconds on the John L. Scott scoreboard here in this first half. GP putting on a full court press here. Harris across the timeline. Stops. Pops at the buzzer. Just short. And that will bring us to halftime. The score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. South Eugene 33, the Grants Pass Cavemen 17. We're going to keep things right here at Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium as we enter into the halftime portion of our broadcast. This game would not be possible without the support of our presenting sponsor, Lithia Auto Superstores on Highway 62, and their general manager, Jason Lawrence. Browse online at lithiasuperstore.com and then come in and work with the outstanding staff. And say thank you to our title sponsor, Lithia Auto Superstores. This game is also brought to you by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Stop into any one of the 7 Siskiyou Cellular locations in Southern Oregon for a wide range of your wireless needs. For over 25 years, Siskiyou Cellular has been keeping customers connected to the people and things that matter most. Check out the latest individual, family, business, and other kinds of plans with all the latest smartphones, hotspots, tablets, and accessories. Siskiyou Cellular, presenting sponsor of Table Rock Sports. Thank you all so much for joining us. My name is Jonathan Kerman. Alongside me, Joey Brett. Here at the half, Joey, you see the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard, heavily in favor of South Eugene, but Grants Pass able to close the gap. They're only down by 16, and that is not the mountain that they were facing early in that first quarter.
Yeah, they were, I believe, down by 23 at one point there, and did a good job of starting to get back on defense, working on getting the double team, not allowing the drive to the basket so much. They forced a few more three-point opportunities from South Eugene there at the end of the second quarter. They weren't able to convert on those three-point opportunities. So good job there. Good job rallying back on the other end. Offensively, they just took charge of going to the basket. And, early in the game, they weren't really doing a whole lot. And so if you're not doing much or trying to get to the basket very much, you're not going to have very many opportunities at some easy buckets and to get some points. And then they got to control the ball. They're a lot of lazy passes. Not bad passes, just lazy passes. Just trying to lob the ball up over the top or whatever it may be. And they're not putting anything on the ball when they're trying to get it to their guys. So they got to take care of the basketball and just keep pushing to the basket and hopefully get some foul calls. They usually do a really good job of forcing teams into foul trouble. And they haven't got South Eugene even close this evening. So credit to South Eugene on a Grants Pass team that draws a lot of fouls. In the last 3 boys games, I think I've done first and second half. They forced the other team into the bonus and double bonus each and every game. So credit to South Eugene on that end.
Yeah, both teams really limiting the fouls. Just 4 free throw attempts between the two teams, and they've all been shot by one person, Cade Ely of the Grants Pass Cavemen. And that, I think, is an excellent segue to look at the first half stats here on the halftime show. Leading scorer, well, it's Sam Harris. If you were with us for the first quarter, Sam Harris was on fire. Made his first 3 triples, was 4 for 5 to start the first quarter. He is 5 for 7 in the first half. He leads all scorers with 13 points. But for South Eugene, it's not just the offense. They're bringing in on the defensive end as well. A couple of blocks, one for Trey Nelson and one for Jarrett Bryant for South Eugene. Josh Paul has 3 steals. Aiden Clark has a pair of steals as well for the purple and black. Looking over to the Grants Pass side of things, Cade Ely is their leading scorer with 8. Had those 4 free throws and then a couple of nice buckets, including a really nifty reverse layup. He flipped up and under the basket. That was real fancy.
No, they just got to keep doing that and keep forcing their way to the basket. Hopefully they'll force some fouls and try to rally back here at the start of the second half. They're going to have to get some stops and shut down on defense if they're going to do it. So that's going to be the main key is defense for Grants Pass, not allowing South Eugene to get those easy buckets at the rim like they were.
It's going to be pretty difficult for GP to start worse in the second half than they did in the first half. The first bucket for GP was a 3 by Justin Ferris. It came more than halfway through the first half of the first quarter. And by that point, a 23-0 lead for South Eugene to start this game. GP, again, has battled back. It is just 16. But alas, a lot of work still to do for the GP Cavemen. Again, this game would not be possible without the support of our presenting sponsor, Lithia Auto Superstores, and their general manager, Jason Lawrence. They're located on Highway 62. You can also browse online at lithiasuperstore.com. And then come in and work with the outstanding staff and say hi and thank you to Jason Lawrence and our presenting sponsors, Lithia Auto Superstores. Let's look at some scores from around the league. The South Medford girls team, the Lady Panthers, are up 9 over the Sheldon Fightin' Irish. That game at South Medford, about minute 40 remaining in the first half of that game. The North Medford boys are up 11. They're hosting the Roseburg Indians. That game is at the half. Southern Oregon is a hotbed for local sports at the youth, high school, college, and even Olympic levels. Stay in touch with all sports in Southern Oregon at southernoregonsports.com. and it's time for you former athletes to get back in the game. Please consider becoming an OSAA official. There is a serious shortage of officials statewide here in Oregon in all sports at all levels. Remember the people who called your games in high school? Well, now it's your turn. Visit www.newofficials.org to learn how you can get back in the game. You see the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Grants Pass trailing South Eugene 33-17. Table Rock Sports is partnering with the Southern Oregon Sports Commission to promote the Know Your Role campaign to improve the culture surrounding youth sports. You'll hear messages from the campaign in tonight's game and can learn more by visiting travelmedford.com and click on Sports. travelmedford.org and click on Sports. The SOSC, Table Rock Sports, the OSAA, and the NFHS, all partners in supporting a healthy sporting environment for all. Doctors James Savage and Rajiv Rajagopal are happy to welcome Dr. Brian Clevenger to the Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. With offices in Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls, they practice a full scope of services from corrective jaw surgery to wisdom teeth removal and more. To learn more or to schedule your complimentary dental implant consultation, call 541-779-3781. Just about 2.5 minutes remaining in this halftime break. You're watching Grants Pass basketball live on TableRockSports.net, presented by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou and Lithia Auto Superstores. Bill's Glass is a proud sponsor of Table Rock Sports and high school athletics. Bill's Glass has been the industry leader and clear choice in Southern Oregon for almost 50 years, covering the full spectrum of glass from your vehicle to any room in your house. Locally owned and family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass. You see the South Eugene Axe on the left side of your screen, getting ready for the second half of action. About 1:45 away before getting underway here at Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium. There you see the Grants Pass Cavemen coming out of the locker room, get themselves warmed up and ready to go. You're listening to the Grants Pass High School Marching Band as they rock out to Stacy's Mom. Got it going on. Thank you, Fountains of Wayne, for an instant karaoke classic.
I think if they're going to get on the student section for yelling air ball, Stacy's Mom might be.
There were, there were some comments made early in that first quarter. A rare miss by South Eugene that didn't draw iron in the student section, letting them hear it, letting them know, and reminded by the PA voice here at Peter Newman Memorial Gymnasium that we like to encourage a healthy and positive environment at the high school level. It's all part of the Southern Oregon Sports Commission Know Your Role campaign. Table Rock Sports is partnering with the SOSC to promote the Know Your Role campaign to improve the culture surrounding youth sports. You're hearing messages from this campaign tonight and can learn more by visiting travelmedford.org and click on Sports. The SOSC, Table Rock Sports, OSAA, and the NFHS, all partners in supporting a healthy sporting environment for all. Thank you for sticking with us during the halftime show. The second half of action is about to get underway. You're watching Grants Pass Cavemen basketball live on TableRockSports.net. And we are underway here in the third quarter. Down low, the turnaround J, no good by Bryce Betcher. Grant's pass going to push the pace. Kate Anderson back to Morgan Law. Beautifully run fast break by GP that time. In the corner, Josh Paul. Paul, the crossover. Move deflected and stolen away. Kate Ely with the swipe. And Ely with it, lays it up, can't finish. Rebound controlled by Aiden Clark. Harris across the timeline. Harris still with it. Over to Aiden Clark. Backdoor cut, Bryce Betcher. Nice find by Aiden Clark to hit the cutting Bryce Betcher in the keep. Looking down low, Aiden Clark there on the steal. Josh Paul, the swim move, goes up and gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Sports fans, we know you like to access our games on mobile, but how many of you knew that we had an app for that? That's right. The Table Rock Sports app is available through the Apple and Android stores. Be sure to check out TableRockSports.net each week for our features and news feeds updated daily. Also, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Table Rock Sports. Josh Paul connects on both free throws for South Eugene. Up top, Morgan Law. Back to Kate Anderson. In the corner, Chase Coyle. Up top, Morgan Law. Why not? And his three off the mark and out of bounds. It'll be South Eugene basketball. Get your crunch on with crispy, crunchy chicken. It's available at My Circle K. That is a game winner right there. Find them, follow them, and kick back with them at mycirclek.com. That pass deflected and stolen by Grant's pass. Chase Coyle getting his hand in the passing lane. In the corner, Anthony Maravilla pulls it out. Ely, cross-court pass. Chase Coyle in the corner. Baseline jumper is good. $16-point deficit for the Cavemen. Not insurmountable, but they will have to play some good basketball here in the second half. Bryce Betcher for three. Bounces out. And then late whistle after the ball had been rebounded. Aiden Clark of South Eugene getting tangled up with Chase Coyle of Grant's pass. Foul's going to go against Aiden Clark. That is two quick fouls on South Eugene here in this second half. The far sideline official consulting with the scores table, and now we're ready to get underway. Morgan Law across the timeline, stops. They kick it around. Kate Anderson back to Morgan Law. Law to Ely. Ely sees a lane, goes up off the glass, can't finish. Rebound controlled by Betcher of South Eugene. They push it up ahead to Jarrett Bryant. Bryant drives, his pass stripped and stolen. Morgan Law with the swipe. Up ahead to Kate Ely, back to Law.
Grant's pass is going to have to do a good job of converting on these opportunities that they're getting. That's 4 of the last 6 trips down the floor. They've come up with a steal, and only on one of those steals did they come up with a bucket.
That time not even able to get a shot attempt off as Morgan Law lost the basketball driving into the keep. Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Down low, Aiden Clark, a beautiful find underneath. Jarrett Bryant for two. Law doubled, pass deflected. Kate Anderson got bumped by Josh Paul, and the officials are conferring. Let's see what they say. Well, they're going to call a foul on South Eugene. So 3 fouls for the Axe not even halfway through this third quarter. Anthony Montavia with it on the wing. Up top to Cade Ely. Over to Morgan Law for Grant's pass. Down low, beautiful find, but a foul is called underneath. Bryce Betcher not happy that the whistle was blown. He felt he got all ball.
It looked pretty good from here.
It'll be 2 free throws for Anthony Montavia. First free throw for Montavia, just a little short. Get your crunch on with crispy, crunchy chicken. It's available at My Circle K. That is a game winner right there. Find them, follow them, and kick back with them at mycirclek.com. Second free throw for Montavia is good. Joe, you know what I had for an early dinner before the game today?
Crispy country chicken?
From My Circle K. You know what I'm going to have after the game?
Crispy country chicken?
That's right. I can't get enough. Spin move by Aiden Clark. Good footwork, just couldn't finish in the key. Rebound to Grant's pass. Anthony Montavia broke his defender's ankles, but then the pass deflected and stolen by Sam Harris. They push it up ahead. Jarrett Bryant may have gotten away with a travel on the gather and lays it off the glass and in for 2. Lead back up to 19. Chase Coyle. Off to Montavia, around to Law. In the corner to Cade Anderson. Anderson around to Cade Ely screen. Anderson drives, kicks. Montavia for 3. Little short. Terrific offensive board by Cade Ely. A veteran move on that pump fake to get the defender Josh Paul in the air, and Cade Ely will go back to the line to shoot 2. Ely 4 for 4 from the line tonight. I just had to say something, didn't I? He misses the first. Substitutions for both teams. Justin Ferris into the game for Grant's pass. Trey Nelson into the game for South Eugene. Also Josh Wright checks in. Second free throw for Ely is good. Harris across the timeline. Down low, the stop, the pop, and the bucket for Josh Paul. In the corner, Justin Ferris. Ferris stops, pops, his bucket, or a shot, I should say. A little short, rebound controlled by Paul of South Eugene. Paul up ahead to Bryant. Back to Paul. They swing it around to Josh Wright, and in the corner, Sam Harris. Harris drives baseline, goes up and finishes at the hoop.
Drew quite a bit of contact there on that basket, too. Surprised they didn't call a foul on Grant's pass.
Ball knocked out of bounds. It will remain GP ball. Substitutions for Grant's pass. Cody Amaral checks in, replacing Morgan Law. Ball inbounded down low to Tyson Dixon. He kicks it out. GP swings it around. Trent Anderson in the game also as well now for Grant's pass. Anderson over to Justin Ferris in the corner. Cade Ely. Ely, the crossover, the hop step, the drive, the kick. Ferris, the triple. It's good! Justin Ferris, the second triple of the game. Quickly the other way, though. Josh Wright laying it up and in for 2. Cade Ely looking to go to work. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Justin Ferris. Ferris back to Ely, around to Trent Anderson. Anderson has the ball stripped, and it'll be out of bounds. Remains GP possession. Cade Ely will be the trigger man for Grant's pass. Minute 50 remaining on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Ely gets it in. You get it up top to Ferris. Back down low to Ely. Ely puts a shoulder down low and can't finish at the hoop. Harris guarded by Ely. Boy, how hard has Cade Ely been playing in this game, Joey? Really
He's
impressive.
been working on both ends of the court, trying to do everything he can for his team, but not to any avail this evening.
Strong offensive rebound by Sam Harris gives the South Eugene Axe another possession.
You know, offensively, Grants Pass just looks a little stagnant. They're moving the ball, but the ball gets into the hands of an offensive player, and they seem to just stall for a little bit, trying to figure out where the ball's going. That ball's got to get into their hands. They either need to put it up for a shot, or they need to immediately get it out of their hands and get that ball working quick, because they're taking their time, and it's not really helping them much. And then when they grab it and they don't move it, they're putting it on the ground. South Eugene's doing a great job on defense of getting those hands into the dribbling lanes and forcing quite a few turnovers.
Grants Pass possession, approaching the final minute of the third quarter. And it's stripped and stolen by Sam Harris. The alley-oop not completed by Dylan Edwards. Rebound to GP. Anderson floats one up, may have been blocked. Offensive rebound, a loose ball controlled by Tyson Dixon, and then he gets fouled. Stops the clock at 41.5 seconds. 2 free throws for Tyson Dixon, as now Grants Pass is in the bonus. First free throw by Dixon, a bit short. Second free throw is good. South Eugene with it for the final 30 seconds. Harris in the corner. Up top now, Dylan Edwards. Back to Harris. Harris, the step back corner three is good. Sam Harris, his 4th triple of the game. Nothing you can do about that, Joey.
No, he created some really good space there and just put up a good shot. Something Grants Pass could take notice of right there is they're not doing a really good job of just creating their own baskets. They're forcing a lot of them.
Bryce Betcher, the steal, and then perfect transition offense by the Axe brings us to the end of the third quarter. The score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. South Eugene 52, Grants Pass 27. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Well, Joey, final 8 minutes of play. Grants Pass has done a better job. They did a better job in the second and third quarters, certainly than they did in the first, but going to be a miracle if GP's able to pull this one out. If you are Coach if you're Coach Tyler York for the Grants Pass Cavemen, what are you telling your team right now?
To just fight, to don't give up, don't let up.
Throw some haymakers, or
just keep doing what you got to do to battle, and don't let up until the buzzer sounds and the last 8 minutes have been played. And try to at least make it a close one at the end, and don't get completely blown out. And hopefully you have a really good fourth quarter here, and you can have a little momentum going into Tuesday.
Final 8 minutes of play coming up here at Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium. Thank you all so much for joining us here on TaylorRockSports.net as we bring you the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Little soft full court press for the South Eugene Axe. Keenan Alderson across the timeline for Grants Pass. Alderson over to Aiden Clark. Around now, Cade Anderson to Justin Ferris. Ferris drives. Beautiful find underneath. The hang time by Dixon, but he couldn't finish at the rim. Up ahead quickly, Dylan Edwards for South Eugene. Boy, a travel violation is going to be called. Yep. Can't pull that Euro move until you make it to the NBA, kid. And that Euro step is such an art, Joey. It's about utilizing that gather step that you're given as you're picking up the basketball, and
you can't put it down first and then try to go. You have to just go for the Euro step and gather as you're kind of going to the basket.
Dylan Edwards nearly had a miraculous steal and save, but his no-look pass as he was saving the ball from going out of bounds landed right in the lap of Kate Anderson of Grants Pass. Ball remains with the Cavemen. Keenan Alderson across the timeline for GP. Over to Cody Amaral. Amaral guarded by Betcher. Sloppy bounce pass controlled by Justin Ferris. Over to Anderson. To Alderson. Alderson looking to drive. Kicks it over to Amaral. Amaral drives. Stops. Kicks it out. Pass deflected but controlled by Anderson. Over to Keenan Alderson. And GP will reset. Amaral lowers his shoulder and is able to get it out. Awkward looking shot that falls in for Justin Ferris. Josh Wright in the corner to Dylan Edwards for South Eugene. They reverse it to Betcher. Down low to Trey Nelson. Beautiful dump pass back to Betcher for the two. That's just good basketball right there, Joey.
Yeah,
and Keenan Alderson just hopped over and back across the timeline. He's got his hands open like, what did I do? But apparent from everybody who's looking at the court. He hopped forward across the half-court line, hopped back, and then went back across. That is an over and back violation.
Credit to South Eugene's offense. They're doing a really good job of they utilize their screens really well without ever setting a screen. If you notice how they work through the key and through the lane, they're always going off of somebody's shoulder. And it doesn't matter if that person's setting a screen or not, or their back's turned to the guy that's coming around them. They're always working off of that shoulder, and they do a really good job of it. That's why you're seeing them get so many of those open looks underneath the basket.
Another one right there, an easy two put up and in by Trey Nelson, and a timeout called by Grants Pass. We'll keep things right here. The score on the John L. Scott scoreboard with 5:44 remaining in the game. South Eugene 56, Grants Pass 29. Keeping up with the high school action has never been easier than with the new Lithia Superstore Game Center on our homepage. Watch multiple live streams and then go full screen on the hottest action. It's never been easier to get your games thanks to Paradox Media for the website assistance. Looking at some scores from around the John L. Scott scoreboard from around the league. The South Medford Lady Panthers up by 7 over Sheldon. They have about 3:45 remaining in the third quarter. St. Mary's hosting Douglas. They're up 12-2 in the first. The North Medford boys will get that game or that score for you in a second. With 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, North is up 10 on Roseburg. Foul called against South Eugene. It'll send Keenan Alderson to the line to shoot two. First free throw for Alderson. Nothing but net. And the second one is good. Sam Harris, who I feel like has played every single minute of this basketball
I don't
game,
think he has checked out of this ballgame here.
gets the backdoor cut, nearly got the and one, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
So far from what I've seen, I really like his game. He does a really good job of creating space, creating his own room to make baskets. He's got a good left hand. You know, he's kind of a whole package, and he's patient. He doesn't really force much, and he likes to work to his teammates. So that's always great to have in a scorer, somebody that likes to work the ball back to his teammates and let them work as well.
Yeah, Sam Harris, kind of a prototypical shoot first guard that we see now in the college and NBA levels. And Harris, fantastic job tonight.
Really good block there.
Up to 20 after those 2 free throws. Who was that on the block, Joey?
That was Bryce.
Bryce Betcher with the swat. South Eugene with the ball. Approaching 5 minutes to go. The officials blow the whistle. And he's going to bring a couple of those players together. Josh Wright of South Eugene and Kate Anderson of Grants Pass being told to kiss and make up by the far sideline official. Aiden Clark will check into the game for South Eugene, replacing Bryce Betcher. Things have opened up for South Eugene here in the fourth quarter. The lead now up to 27. Harris over to Solomon Nice into the game for the first time. Nice to Aiden Clark. Clark alone from the top of the key. Nothing but net. Aiden Clark from downtown. The lead is now 30. Alderson across the timeline. Pass to Cody Amaral. They reverse it to Kate Anderson. He tries to answer and does.
Good bucket there, but Amaral's got to take that shot when he had it. He was pretty wide open over there. He threw the cross-court pass, but so far for Grants Pass, that hasn't worked out for them this evening. So, good basket, but you got to take those opportunities when they're given. If you're not taking those opportunities, you're not taking all the other opportunities that South Eugene's giving you to put up good baskets. And credit to South Eugene, they've done a good job of just grabbing the basketball and putting up shots.
Timeout called by Grants Pass. We'll keep things right here. The score on the John L. Scott scoreboard: South Eugene 61, Grants Pass 34. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Stop into any one of the 7 Siskiyou Cellular locations in Southern Oregon for a wide range of your wireless needs. For over 25 years, Siskiyou Cellular has been keeping customers connected to the people and things that matter most. Check out the latest individual, family, and business plans with all the latest smartphones, hotspots, tablets, and accessories. Siskiyou Cellular, presenting sponsor of Table Rock Sports. 4:17 remaining on the John L. Scott scoreboard. It'll be South Eugene basketball. Inbounding it is Oscar James. Gets it in the corner to Solomon Nice. Nice has his pass deflected and stolen away. Anthony Moravia on the ground. And they finally get it out. That's Moravia's 3rd theft of the game. Morgan Law drives and kicks the 3. Short offensive rebound, and the putback denied by Clark. Another 3. This one doesn't draw iron. Rebound controlled by Kate Anderson, nearly thrown away, and now it is. Jonah Sanders goes up. No foul called. And the ball is loose. It'll be GP possession the other way. Morgan Law surveys the floor. The runner off the glass and in. First bucket of the game for Morgan Law. Hard to believe it. One of the leading scorers on this GP squad, but South Eugene doing a great job of controlling him. Oscar James picks up his dribble and kicks it out to Solomon Nice. Around to Jonas Sanders and in the corner to Oscar James. Up top, Aiden Clark. Clark looking to drive. The hop step and a foul is called. Stops the clock at 3 minutes, 7 seconds. Tune in to News 10, KTVL Channel 10 tonight at 11:10 for Friday Night Fast Break with Joe Brett and Demi DeSoto. You'll see highlights from all of our Table Rock Sports teams that only Channel 10 will have. You can also watch for teams live on set and a whole lot more with interviews and highlights on Friday Night Fast Break. KTVL News 10 at 10 at 11:10. Baseline out of bounds, it'll be GP ball. 61-36, South Eugene on top on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Anthony Moravia in the corner, up top and over to Keenan Alderson. Around to Morgan Law. Up top, Anderson. Anderson around the screen, back to Alderson, the 3 on the way, rims around and out. Rebound controlled by Oscar James of South Eugene. James the other way, in transition, goes up, and the floater is good. Not an easy shot by Oscar James. The floater is good. In the corner, Anthony Matavia gets into the key, falls down, gets it over to Morgan Law. Law stops, pops the baseline jumper. Little strong. Tyson Dixon, another offensive board. He puts it back up and in. And as we hit under 2 minutes, South Eugene with another turnover to give GP possession. Hockey substitutions for both squads. Checking in for Grants Pass, Kai Perez, along with Cody Amaral. For South Eugene, Oscar James, Blake Sabato into the game for the first time. Morgan Law loses the handle, and it's stolen away. Zane Fall with the steal, the sophomore for South Eugene. Going up strong was Jonas Sanders. Can't get it to go, and then a foul is called on the loose ball. Going to go against Grants Pass. So the 5 on the floor for South Eugene: Jonas Sanders, Blake Sabato, Oscar James, Zane Fall, and Solomon Nice. For Grants Pass, Tyson Dixon, Cody Amaral, Kai Perez, Morgan Law, and Keenan Alderson. Down low underneath. Strong move by Blake Sabato of South Eugene. Morgan Law with it in the corner, asking for a clear out. And now hands it back off to Cody Amaral. Back to Law. Down low. Going to work is Tyson Dixon. The post move. Fade away. Can't get it to go. Up ahead, Oscar James goes up strong and is denied by Tyson Dixon. Dixon hearing it from the home crowd. That's his second rejection of the game. Ball is inbounded, but then stolen away by Morgan Law. His second steal. Up ahead, laying it in, Cody Amaral. Zane Fall had the pass deflected, gets it right back over to Blake Sabato. Oscar James. James drives, and a foul is called on the floor. Foul going to go against Grants Pass. And free throws coming to Oscar James. Don't forget to stick around for the MyCircleK.com post-game show. We'll break down all of the scoring from tonight's game, bring you the Southern Oregon Sports Commission Player of the Game, look at scores from around the league, and more coming up at the conclusion of this one. Pair of free throws split by James. GP the other way as Morgan Law lowers his shoulder, and a foul is called. Again, the MyCircleK.com post-game show coming your way next. Your locally owned Chevron stations powered by Colvin Oil, who sponsor the Fuel Your School program in October. And your support has raised over $300,000 in the last 4 years. For more information, visit MyCircleK.com. Morgan Law shooting a pair of free throws. Oscar James, who has been a bit of an instigator in this second half, getting a talking to by his head coach, Dane Hancock.
The striped shirts caught the one on this end. They missed the one on that end, and they missed the previous one on this end. So
you're talking the right side, the left side,
yes,
and the right
side, the left side. So they got the one this time on the right half here at the Grants Pass basket. The other end, the previous play, he gave a little push off and a little little punch to the chest to one of the Grants Pass players, and then did the same thing again here on the other end, and they missed both of those, but they got him this time, let the coach know what's going on, and said, hey, if that's going to happen again, then that could possibly be it for him.
Now the student section has something to cheer for or against. Oscar James is getting booed every time he touches the basketball. Open is Blake Sabato, but he'll pull it out, and that will do it. The final here at Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium. South Eugene defeats Grants Pass 66-42. Now time for the MyCircleK.com post-game show brought to you by MyCircleK. Let's select the Southern Oregon Sports Commission player of the game. And I think it's going to have to go to Sam Harris of South Eugene. Harris finishing with 22 points, also had a pair of steals as well, and was really in control for the entire game. He was on the floor for just about the entire game up until the final couple minutes when the benches were emptied by both teams. He is your Southern Oregon Sports Commission player of the game. And any thoughts, Joey, on this one before we look at the John L. Scott scoreboard around the league?
Good job by South Eugene. They were really aggressive on both ends tonight. Grants Pass, just they're what we've seen the last few weeks is they're just not being careful with the basketball. They're I don't know what they're doing, honestly, but they're just not protecting the ball. They're putting it down on the floor a lot when they should be getting the ball out of their hands. They just got to get some rhythm and start finding some guys. They got to work to the basket, set some screens, get some guys cutting to the hoop wide open, get some double screens, get a pick and roll on the left with a post guy coming to the wing and setting another screen. Get your other guy coming to the basket and try to get some things going. There's not much offense coming from their end. They're just trying to force a lot of baskets and a lot of drives, and it's not there for them. So they got to set. They're not setting many screens at all, regardless of what they're doing. So they got to, set some screens, maybe try some double screens, post to the wing, get the guy coming to the basket. Don't try to force the ball into the middle. Get the ball into the middle, into the hands of somebody that's open, and see if you can get some easy baskets within a couple feet of the rim. But good job to them tonight. They got some work to do going into Tuesday, and they'll just address that in practice come Monday.
An excellent point, Joey, and the difference, the dichotomy really shows. The team like Grants Pass and a team like South Eugene, the Axe were just so efficient on offense, running these plays, going around the screens, so fluid. And then when Grants Pass has the basketball, it's very disjointed, very jarring, and things to work on and improve as we move through the 2020 OSAA 6A Southwest Conference season.
Something I really enjoyed watching from South Eugene was the way they used their screens, even when they weren't setting screens. Everything they did came off somebody's shoulder, and they were just creating their own screens. Those guys wanted to be wide open when they got the basketball, so they were, coming around a guy with his back turned and using him as a screen, getting their defender caught, and they had probably 30 of their points inside the paint this evening. So good job to them.
Travel Medford and the Southern Oregon Sports Commission are working to help fans know their role. Learn more at travelmedford.com/Southern Oregon Sports Commission. We thank you for watching tonight's broadcast. Be sure to download the free TableRockSports.net app and watch a replay of this game for free on your mobile devices. I'd like to take a look around on the John L. Scott scoreboard around the league. The South Medford Lady Panthers up on Sheldon by 11, about halfway through the fourth quarter. St. Mary's boys up 11 on Douglas. That game is in the second quarter. And the North Medford Black Tornado looking like they're going to hold on. They're up 11 against the Roseburg Indians with under a minute to go in that game. That is the John L. Scott scoreboard around the league. Getting back to this one, we'd like to thank the Grants Pass High School District for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week. Special thanks to both of our coaches, head coach Dave Hancock for South Eugene and Tyler York of Grants Pass. Check out some great features on our updated website, TableRockSports.net. Follow us online at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TableRockSports. We hope you enjoyed this free broadcast made possible by our sponsor support. Once again, tune in to News 10, KTVL Channel 10 tonight at 11:10 for Friday Night Fast Break with Joe Brett and Demi DeSoto. You'll see highlights from tonight's game and all of the games from around the league, around the state on the TableRockSports.net network. Again, the final score on the John L. Scott scoreboard from this one, South Eugene defeats the Grants Pass Cavemen 66-42. This has been a special presentation of Table Rock Sports. For Joey Brett, I'm Jonathan Kerman saying good night from Grants Pass High School in Grants Pass, Oregon. We'll catch you next time on TableRockSports.net.